everybody, I'm Ashley, and today on 43 North we're going to be talking about mental health in the Black community, and then we're also going to have an artist stop by from Life Love Incorporated to talk about his brand. Stay tuned.
I'm Tommy Boy, and today on 43 North, we will talk about mental health. Not only will we talk about mental health, we'll talk about Black mental health. There's so many guys involved in the streets today that believe they developed sort of a PTSD just from being accustomed to Black on Black crime. Children nowadays are diagnosed with all kinds of ailments, and it's just really bad behavior. My grandmother used to say, just beat the devil out of a person and they'll be better. I'm here with an expert today. Not only is she the brain expert, but she also sells sea moss.
Hi, I'm Ashley. So the name of my company is called Central Seductions. I sell sea moss. For those of you who don't know what sea moss is, it is like an algae that comes from the ocean. That's like a super mineral, so when you put it in your body, it just has so many health benefits. Like healthy lungs, healthy heart, healthy kidneys. It boosts your sexual stamina, helps clears your skin, gives you a boost of energy. So it just has so many benefits. I'm also a psychology major, so mental health happens to be one of my passions, especially in the Black community because I'm Black.
Ashley, what is mental health?
So mental health pretty much is our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we act, how we think, how we interact with other people, how we handle certain situations in life, things like that.
Ashley, do you believe guys in gangs and on the street or Black on Black crime so prevalent that they develop PTSD?
I do. The reason being is because if you're in the streets, I've never been in the streets, but I have family members who have. So when you think about it, in their minds, when they're walking out their door, they're walking into war. Just like when you're at war, at any point when you leave your base, your health is at jeopardy, your safety is at jeopardy. So if you're dealing with that type of lifestyle, obviously whenever you leave your house, your mind is kind of programmed to know there's a possibility I could not make it back home.
What is ADHD?
So our definition is pretty much a hyper kid. A kid that acts out a lot, they don't know how to sit down, they fidget with things, they don't listen. And I think that a lot of times when we take our kids to the doctor and we just get agitated, we don't have the patience. So when a doctor tells us your child is diagnosed with ADHD, we kind of just take it and run with it as opposed to actually just sitting down and, talking to our children. Now, some kids may have it, but a lot of times it's kind of hard to just label a child with ADHD off of one conversation you have with a doctor.
Another thing, why is emotions and mental health so forbidden language in the Black community?
Whew, that's a good question. So a lot of times I really think it starts with embarrassment. I think in the Black community we've shunned away from the topic of mental health. For one, because we're not educated on it. So if you go to your parent and you say I'm anxious or I'm depressed, they tell you, what do you have to be depressed about? You're not paying no bills, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. So I think that a good way to start with maybe dealing with kids with their emotions is to educate ourselves. If we don't understand what anxiety is, it's an emotion. So when you tell your parent I remember I used to tell my mom, like, I'm feeling anxious. And her response would be, that's a white person's label, or that's a white girl's emotion. That's not the case though. If we just learn how to talk to our kids and kind of help them through their emotions, we wouldn't have so many adults being grown not knowing how to handle their emotions. And we wonder why we have so many angry Black men or so many overly emotional Black women, because we were taught at a very young age to just bottle it in. Don't express it, don't talk about it, because our parents don't know what it is.
Is drugs the answer for mental health?
It's not, but I do know that it is a very big coping mechanism for the Black community. And I think it really goes back to trauma. When you think about it, the definition of trauma is pretty much an emotional response to an event that happens. It then affects how you think, how you act, how you deal with certain situations. And we kind of program our minds to deal with certain things that remind us of that trauma. So a lot of times, instead of us dealing with it or taking the right measures to kind of try to dissect deep into it, we use stuff like alcohol, weed, sex to kind of just stay away from it, to kind of.
I'm Tommy Boy, and I'm live from Urban Cultural Arts, Art and Event Center in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and I'm here with a guy, Life Love Incorporated. What is the method behind all this madness, and what is the meaning behind your brand?
So the meaning of the brand is Life Love Incorporated. So live life, love life, incorporate yourself into your life because you matter. To me personally, Life Love Incorporated has a different meaning to each individual. The one thing that we all have is life. Regardless of who you are, where you at in life, you want to be loved, you want to be valued and appreciated. And it's up to us to incorporate our differences into this one world. This is Froboy. This is my first character that I came up with. Froboy's meaning is to be true, original, and natural to yourself. A lot of people tend to go through certain situations where they might have a low self-esteem or some mental health that they're going through. You know, Froboy is just a realization of honing into that and being a better you.